Salute to the Rebel Gang. Salute. Ain't gonna be on here too long, but got a few topics that I already touched on, but I want to touch on them in this live. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Thank y'all all for y'all support. Let's talk about Shakur Stevenson and Williams and Payton, bro. Real quick. First topic. I originally have Shakur winning by decision, but for some reason, I think we're gonna see. I hope. Put it like that. I hope. But I really think that Shakur gonna whip this dude badly, bro. I just get that vibe. Prize, salute, King. My man Prize fighting in the building. What's going on, fam? Yeah, I think Shakur Stevenson is going to do Zepeda really bad. I really believe that. Might even stop him. Zepeda's style for somebody like a Shakur is bad. Zepeda is dependent on somebody like backing up somebody that's gonna shell up and not throw punches back. He's banking on the person being like not a good counter puncher, not a sharp puncher. That's going to be his downfall tomorrow. So if you guys are gonna bet, I wouldn't even waste my time betting on a decision win because there's no money in that. If you're going to place a bet, dude, I would put money on the stoppage between rounds. See, I was thinking, right? Shakur stopped Padley, right? But that was like at what, round 9? I was up all night thinking about it. So I was like, okay, Padley is not nearly as aggressive as Williams and Zepeda, right? When you think about it like that, he's not as aggressive. He doesn't throw as much punches as Williams and Zepeda, right? Padley, I think he's like, they called him in the fight. He was a filler. So he lasted 9 rounds. Now I don't know if Shakur was carrying him or he just, was just that tough. So when you factor in Williams and Zepeda, that's been active, and he's more reckless. If you look at it like from the aspect of he's been more active, he should last longer in the ring than Padley did. And we're talking a 10 to 11th round stoppage, maybe 11th or 12th round stoppage. If not, if we're banking on Williams and Zepeda being more reckless than Padley was, if we talking stoppages, man, it's probably gonna come earlier than Padley. Maybe 7th round, somewhere around 7th to 8th, something like that. It's a very hard one to really pinpoint, but if I had to take a wild guess if a stoppage is gonna come, it's gonna be from round 7 to like 10. So put money on 7 to 10. But you can't leave Zepeda out of the bets. That's why betting is good. Always put the underdog in your bets, bro. Always. So put Zepeda in there for a KO. I don't think that's gonna happen, but you never know. We'll just put it in there anyway. Well, my prediction is Zepeda is gonna get knocked out. I think so. Shakur is growing. He's big. I think he has underrated power. And if he beats this boy up, bro, people gonna say, oh man, them 2 Tevin Farmer fights took a lot out of him. Stop it, bro. Cut it out. Because he was beating up. He was throwing good punches and hitting Farmer with some stuff. He did get dropped in the first fight, but Farmer never really was beating him down in that ring. So let's not go there. He got a nice, fresh, healthy William Zepeda. I repeat, he got a nice, fresh, healthy William Zepeda going in that ring tomorrow. No excuses. The Hamza Sheeraz Edgar Berlanga fight. I was a little confused at first, but then when I sat down and thought about it, I have Berlanga stopping him. I think I put round 7. Now, Hamza Sheeraz is a big puncher as well, but this is his first fight at the division. He's been knocking out dudes at what, 160, 54. So this is a new arena for Hamza Sheeraz. Berlanga been at 168. Sometimes you got to take that into consideration. Sometimes it's not always the case because we just saw it with Roach and Tank. Sometimes that shit don't matter. You know what I mean? So keep that into consideration. I think Berlanga is becoming a little bit more of a. I said this in my prediction video. He's learning to be a little bit more patient, but he still has a lot of things going on with him upstairs, I think. I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, it's a New York thing." No, it's not, bro. I mean, as New Yorkers, we do have like a certain level of not giving a fuck ish, whatever you want to call it. That's there for sure, but that ain't it, man. Eke Berlanga been through a lot of stuff, man, when he was younger, man. So that's how he is, and biting people and all that. So look, I hope if Sheeraz don't start getting the better of Eke Berlanga start going in there, getting a little bit frustrated. We've seen it already. I said this. There's a chance that could possibly happen in this fight, and he goes in there and do something stupid and lose a point, and then the knockout he's going to have to get a knockout. Like if Sheeraz goes in there and start outboxing him or something, he's going to have to get frustrated or something. He lose a point, punch him low, or punching after the bell or something like that. You gotta go make up for that lost point. But I still think Berlanga might be a little too strong for him. I can see Sheeraz counters being a thing as well, having a lot of success. But I think they both been down in fights. But I think Berlanga might clip him with something. I can see it. You know why? Because he fight tall. Like, he doesn't really tuck his chin, kind of like Ryan Garcia. So I can see something like that happening. Why he gonna get caught? Berlanga, I saw people say he ain't got no chin. Yes, he does. He got a chin. Just because you get dropped doesn't mean you don't really have a chin. It's about how you react to getting dropped. He's been dropped, got right back up. Canelo dropped him. He never was really hurt. He got a chin. So, he's big. He probably gonna be fucking shit, man. I don't know, man. Close to maybe 200 fucking pounds. I'm giving it an estimate, maybe a little less, maybe 190 pounds. He gonna be in that ring, give or take 85, 190 pounds. Yeah, he gonna be about my weight. So I see a knockout. I don't think it's gonna be by Sheeraz. I do think Sheeraz jab though is gonna cause problems for Berlanga unless he adjusts. So I got Eke Berlanga 7th round KO. I will put money on Berlanga from rounds 5 to 9 for the KO. I like round by round betting. That's where I make my money at. I don't do that other stuff. I do round by round betting. And you got to put the underdog in there for a knockout. You got to throw Sheeraz in there. Maybe since he's not acclimated to the division yet, I would say a late stoppage, around 9 to 11 or something like that for Sheeraz. And then we got the situation with Berlanga and Oscar De La Hoya. She was hilarious. My man he played that whole shit out. My man had a bag with a wig and what else was in that shit? And stockings. That was funny. That was comical, bro. That was hilarious. And that got under Oscar's skin because Oscar was quiet until Edgar started, getting under his skin. And we saw how that turned out. Nico, absolutely zero. Yeah, I know. I don't know nothing, buddy. But what you can do for us is go ahead and make us some videos, especially if you box. Have you ever boxed before? Have you ever laced them up even once in your life? Maybe you have. That's good. And if you have, go ahead and make some videos and show all of us your opinion. That would be greatly appreciated. because you know it all and none of us know nothing. Got you. Skibidi, sorry for pronouncing the wrong poop. Salute. Felix, salute. You know, it doesn't, we always get one, bro. Always get one of those, man. It doesn't matter what videos you make, you're gonna get trolls. It don't matter. It comes with it. Penny Sniffer. What's going on, fam? You want to pray? Can I do it? He said, are you 28 years and 9 months old? I've never trained boxing before, and I want to start training. Is it too late? Well, I mean, most boxers, like, they start when they're young kids, right? They start like 6, 5, 6, 7 years old. There's some boxers that started late, Frank Martin, Deontay Wilder. There's others that I'm forgetting. Those are a couple of them. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you don't listen. One thing about life, man. This is something I discovered. Don't let nobody tell you can't do something, bro. And what I've found is a lot of times when somebody's trying to tell you that you can't do something, it's because they can't do it themselves. That's usually what it is. You'll find that. They project their failures on you. Don't let them do it. Show them different. You got this, man. Whatever your dream is, go for it, bro. Femi, salute. Jalen, JV, oh, God, the cops. There's always something going on. I swear, dude. Look at this mess, man. Every all week, it's always the damn cops. There's something going on every road I ride on. Look at this shit, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. Hold on 1 second. I gotta bust this U-turn. It's a narrow-ass road. And I hate when stuff happens like this on these little roads because this is a little road where it's like one way in, you can't go nowhere. So it's like, damn. And I guarantee you it was a stupid-ass car accident. These people in VA cannot drive, bro. These are the worst drivers I've ever seen in my life. I mean, dude, I've never seen this many accidents in New York. Like, I'm not kidding y'all, bro. At least from Sunday to Saturday, I every week, I swear, I'm gonna start logging this shit. Every week, I see at least 5 accidents, bro. I've been in New York. I left New York in my late 20s. I've never seen, and there's more cars up there. I've never seen this many fucking car accidents, dude. People flipping their cars over. You be like, why is the car? How did they do that? It's fucked up. You be like, they just be giving these people their licenses down here or something, or they too old. Hang the fucking keys up. Shit, god damn. Inconveniencing us now. I gotta go back the other way. But anyway, yeah, Berlanga. Edgar and Oscar de la Hoya thing was crazy, man. I was laughing so hard when I seen that. But this is Berlanga, man. That's his personality. I think he's riding high off that Canelo fight, though. I mean, now you know what I mean. Yeah, bro. It's not like you won the fight. You fought Canelo. You hung in there. Good. You didn't get knocked out. That's good. But at the same time, though, it was comical. We like seeing that sometimes in boxing, man. I think at the same time, Berlanga got a case for why he's acting like that against De La Hoya. So I can't really be too mad at Berlanga for that one. But Oscar was like, hey, you don't have enough. No, that was a Shakur. He's like, you don't have enough money to pay bets. You don't have enough money. That shit was hilarious. You don't have enough money to bet on me, to bet with me. Fucking hilarious. But anyway, last topic I want to touch on is the Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney altercation. Go check out the video I made for it. But some people believe it was all for promotion. I don't know. Nowadays, you can never be too sure, because not too long before that, right? They was buddying up, and then out of nowhere that happened. So I don't know, but it did appear to be official because it looked like it was real. So if we're gonna go by it was real, who started it? Who caused the altercation? Brian Norman Jr. did. He caused it, but the security, the bodyguard escalated it. Brian Norman Jr. he made first contact with Devin Haney. So it's all about making who makes the first contact. All it takes is one thing to go wrong, and then everything go left. Perfect example of that. Y'all remember that movie? You remember Cooley High? You remember when he was in the movies arguing, going back and forth? Somebody threw a shoe and hit homeboy in the head, and then it was on and popping from there. Usually that's the way it go. All it takes is one little thing. Sometimes it's one lady in the back, she did swing her purse or something at the bodyguard. That shit could have went bad, bro. Because Brian Norman Jr. was because he was that so-called bodyguard, man. Yo, Hades, listen, you gotta get a better bodyguard, bro. Get rid of that dude. Throw him in the garbage, man. Because he did all that flexing, put his hands on Brian Norman Jr., throwing his hand over, throwing his shirt over. He threw his shirt over his head like it was some bully shit, bro. Like that was crazy. And then he almost got flipped on his fucking head. And then somebody put their head under Brian Sr.'s chin, and they were trying not to throw punches. But I'm telling you, if it would kept going, somebody would throw punches. I would have got rid of that body. I would have got rid of that bodyguard because he could have caused a lot of unnecessary problems, bro. Even if Brian Norman, he simply did a little. I mean, that's a little bravado thing, like touching the man's chest. Devin Haney moved his head back. That was it. It wasn't like he touched him. Devin Haney swatted his hand off him. All he had to do was just like put his hand between the two, like, all right, relax, or just move him back. He would have escalated, grabbing him up by his shirt and all that shit. It could have went bad. Punches could have got thrown. People could have got arrested. They could have jeopardized the fight. Like, no. So, man, get rid of him. But anyway, that was some promotion right there. That was some good promotion. One last other note. You notice how you're starting to see less and less of these promoters around. Not really starting to see much of. You starting to see Turkey out of cheek everywhere. It's like almost like he's phasing out all these other dudes, or he's making all these other dudes conform. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Yeah, we're getting the fights that we want to see, but at what cost? To the sport when you start thinking about it, right? Just something to think about. Anyway, y'all like, subscribe, man. It's your boy Rebel Life Boxing. Catch y'all in the next one. I'm off there.